while visiting the department in October 1967, selected me for the job before the final semester examination. The day I joined CSIR, I was nominated for a Colombo Pratt Scholarship for PhD program in the United Kingdom. My job at CSIR was concerned with the process development at the pilot plant scale. For me, it was an exciting beginning. I was assigned two projects: production of tartaric acid from tamarin palm and decodification of tamarin seeds for making sizing materials. With the tartaric acid project, first I attempted to learn the production steps by repeating the steps on the bench scale, following the process description and procedures given by the lab chemist. Working at the bench scale provided me a foundation to learn how steps like extraction, reactions, separation methods, and recycle streams are a part of the process. This is where I applied my learning of material and energy balance, residence time concept, and went to stove a processing step. Second project was a raw deal for me. There was no background information. The process would require roasting the seeds so that the shells could be separated from the kernels, which would be powdered in a disc mill and be followed by size separation. The roasting of seeds was a difficult step, as the optimal roasting temperature as well as the roaster type were not known. Moreover, over-roasting would mean the seed unsuitable for sizing purposes. An alternative way of removing the shell would be by soaking in water, followed by removing the wet shell with the use of water jets. But it would mean a long processing step. What I did not know then was that decodification and grinding of seeds are a special type of unit operation, and that the related equipment is available from special inventors. Before this process could be completed, I had to leave Dhaka to join the graduate program at the University of Bradford with the Colombo Pratt Scholarship. I left Dhaka on August 29, 1968, and the academic session at Bradford began from October. I was first registered for the MSc program by research and was transferred to the PhD program in March 1969. My research work was on an experimental work dealing with heat and momentum transfer in turbulent flow with non-Newtonian fluids. My supervisor was Professor Wilkinson, a renowned researcher in the field of non-Newtonian fluids. He is credited with the publishing of the first monograph on non-Newtonian fluids titled Non-Newtonian Fluids and Fluid Mechanics, Mixing and Heat Transfer, which was published in 1960. Professor Wilkinson gave me his book and some papers on non-Newtonian fluids in the related area. I started to learn about these fluids and work conducted in the past on heat and momentum transfer in turbulent flow. At the same time, I was auditing the MSc courses dealing with non-Newtonian fluids, applied mathematics, and continuum mechanics. Toward the end of November, I submitted my research proposal and worked under Professor Wilkinson. According to the proposal, I would be required to design and construct an experimental rig and carry out the experiments. In December, Professor Wilkinson sent me to the Atomic Energy Commission Research Establishment at Harvard to get some ideas from similar work undertaken there. It was indeed a great experience for me to see the kind of engineering researches carried out at a research establishment and facilities available and built. I then realized the inner message of the proverb, Rome was not built in a day. My doctoral thesis defense took place on June 22, 1972. Professor F.A. Holland was the external examiner. Defense went smoothly. And the last question Professor Holland asked me, what are the weaknesses of the work? My answer satisfied him. Defense was over in less than 1.5 hours. Thereafter, I returned to my room, and 10 minutes later, Professor Holland and Wilkinson entered my room and said, congratulations, a great relief and a milestone in my career achieved. The big and the complicated experimental being that I had built for my doctoral work was a learning experience. And I have learned how to build big from there. And the big remained a facility for another decade for use by several doctoral students of chemical engineering at the University of Bradford. My research was interrupted from March to December 1971 for my involvement with the organization of Bangladesh Liberation Movement in UK. After the defense of my thesis, I returned to Bangladesh on June 30, 1972 and joined Dhaka. In my first meeting with Professor Wilkinson, I told him my future plan and responsibilities with CSIR to work on process development at the pilot plant scale. Professor Wilkinson liked my future plan and accordingly arranged many visits and interactions with chemical industries and research establishments. These include visits to Dhaka in Frankfurt in 1970, National Engineering Laboratory at Eastleigh in 1969, ICA plants in Welland Garden City, ICA organic divisions in Huddersfield, British petroleum plants at Hans, Warren Spring Laboratories at Stevenage, Petra Carbon, a chemical engineering design company at Manchester, and chemical engineering departments of Leeds, Lamphur, Salford, Birmingham, and Imperial College. These visits broadened my views and perception of ongoing research and development in chemical engineering, functioning of a design office, design, construction and operation of pilot plants and scale-up, and production of the fine chemicals by big companies by assembling unit of process and unit operations on order-to-order basis using the already established process design package. These visits have helped me to mold myself to be down to earth, to apply common sense using the underlying principles of science and engineering. My visit to Dhaka in Frankfurt in summer of 1970, which lasted for 2 weeks, was an eye-opener for me. It allowed me to visualize the practice and development of chemical engineering and allied industry. Then I understand what is engineering and what practice is. During that exhibition, I had an opportunity to visit a wine manufacturing plant based on grapes. The processing involved engineering, art, and tradition. In later years, I had the opportunity of visiting two such industrial exhibitions, Kunststoff 79 at Düsseldorf in Germany and Petroleum Expo in Edmonton in 1987. I learned much from this exhibition and they have enriched and broadened my understanding of engineering practice, what is involved in manufacturing plant machinery and equipment. Textbooks or journal papers hardly provide you with that kind of appreciation of practical engineering. I have always taken an opportunity to learn how process plants are designed, built and operated. I am very fortunate to have close links with the process industries in Bangladesh, both large and private. While attending scientific conferences and congresses held in India, I have visited IITs at Madras, Mumbai, Delhi, Kharagpur and Guwahati, Jadavpur University, National Chemical Laboratory Pune, National Physical Laboratory Delhi, Central Leather Research Laboratories Madras, and some chemical process plants and plant equipment manufacturing facilities. These visits reinforced my belief in the patriotism and nationalism of Indian professors, scientists and engineers. And I understood why India has continued to grow technologically and to succeed in becoming self-reliant in most areas of science and technology. This is very much rooted in their genes. I have got the same gut feeling when I visited Dutch State Mine at Galen in Netherlands, Bayer at Leverkusen, chemical works, Hans at Marl, Prof Industries at Essen, and Technical University of Aachen in Germany. You must have a vision and work hard to become technologically self-reliant and superior. Did I want to be a teacher? The answer is no. Never in my life as a student did I think of becoming a teacher, and it was not on my agenda. When I studied chemical engineering, I had thought of working as in an engineering company or in an R&D establishment. Since there were no chemical engineering company involved in design and engineering of chemical and allied industries in the country, I thought of joining CSIR or Atomic Energy Commission. CSIR offered me the job before the completion of my degree and I accepted it.